I remember sitting in my car that day, my eyes full of tears, and asking God for help, and I knew something had to change. Hey guys, Tyler here with the Exp Agent Owners Community, and I've had my fair share of struggles as a realtor, as you're gonna see here in a second, but you don't have to go through that like I did. If you wanna skip all of those mistakes that I've made and have massive success, you need to be a part of a community of agents that you can lean into. That's what we do here at Agent Owners. So check out the link down in the description, partnerwithtyler.com, and reach out if you want to see how you can turn your business into something that you can be proud of. And then like and subscribe to this video. Like I said, I've had my fair share of mistakes, and I wish that someone would have been able to be there and tell me the things that I needed to watch out for, because I literally could probably have saved and shaved off 5 years of unnecessary struggle that I was in just trying to figure out myself. So here are those mistakes, and hopefully they help you. Mistake number one, I got my license and I did nothing with it. I did all the things that every agent wanted to do. They got their business, I got my business cards, I filled on my online profile because maybe I was gonna get a bunch of people finding me online, or I was gonna hand out all my business cards because, you're not legit until you have a business card, Those things aren't important, and I spent a majority of my time tinkering around with the things that didn't matter. I remember one day thinking to myself that, this isn't working. I'm 23 years old, I'm in college, and nobody my age is buying homes. I gotta do something different. Quite frankly, if you're young, people aren't probably gonna come to you. You got to go find them. And that was my first mistake. I sat around hoping and waiting that, by osmosis, people were going to know that I was in real estate and they were going to come to me. I didn't tell everybody that I was a real estate agent. I don't want to tell the whole world, because if I fail, what are they going to think? And that was a mistake that I made. Mistake number two was that I wasn't willing to invest in myself. I was cheap. And rightfully so. I was a married man in college with a brand new baby at 23 years old, and my wife was also in school. We literally were broke. I didn't want to spend money, so I tried to do everything free. I tried to find all the free resources, and back then YouTube wasn't as big as it is today, with all of these creators, all of these agents providing all of these resources literally at a click of a button right from your phone, that you can just search and literally find anything. I wish I would have invested more as a new agent. Now I'm willing to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars into training, into resources, into tools that I'm willing to take a chance on to see success on the other end. I did take a small leap of faith, and I invested some money, a very small amount of money, onto this new lead platform called Zillow. Maybe you've heard of it. It was just starting out, and that was one of the first good things that I did. Today, I probably wouldn't do it because they're just way too big and it's way too expensive. But there are resources out there for you to get leads and invest in yourself. Don't sit here and just try to do everything for free. Take money, invest it into you and in your business. My third mistake that I made was trying to be like other agents in my office. And as a new agent, you don't have an identity. You kind of aspire to be like somebody else. You look at other people, but I literally did not have any consistency. I would see what they're doing, try to implement something small, see what they're doing, try to implement something, and I wasn't willing to create and build my own identity based on what I liked and what I thought I wanted to do. I literally was interested in whatever I could do to try to get some results, and I would probably say that hurt me in the long run because I never really found myself. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what I would be good at. I didn't take that time to invest in myself to find out my strengths. And so I recommend you find out your strengths, to know what you would be good at, what you can have success in, and then look at those people around you and find out, you know what? I relate to this guy. I relate to this person on how they do it. I like that approach. It fits kind of me. Maybe that's what I'll look more into. Mistake number 4 is I compared myself to producing agents, and then I ended up falling into this analysis paralysis, and I let the fear of failure keep me from actually succeeding. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that I would look at other people and I'd be like, I can't do that. Wow, they're really good. Man, if they're doing it that good, I'm never going to be able to do something that good or that well. And I ended up not doing anything. I literally would talk myself out of action, and I would stay in this analysis paralysis. Guys, this is something I even deal with today as a creator for content. Man, you look online, there's bunch of stuff of content people create, and you know what? When you look at other people's stuff and you're like, wow, they're doing it so well, man. There's no way I'm going to be able to do anything like that. And that's just not the truth. You have to start somewhere. You have to take action. Don't make the same mistake I did. Take action. Mistake number 5, which was probably the biggest as a new agent, was I moved and I didn't prepare for it. This was a huge mistake. Literally, we moved right after we graduated from college, and I didn't prepare financially for it. I didn't prepare my business for it. I did relatively okay. I mean, I made $70,000. I did about 16 transactions. You can live off of that, but you can't build a business that way. I literally went from doing 16 transactions or so and going into 8 months of nothing. I went 8 months with no commission check. About 6 months in, I remember sitting in my car in front of my office and literally my eyes sopping wet, asking God why and asking for help and saying that something has to change. This was probably the hardest point in my life. I had a baby at home. I had a wife at home, and I was the only provider, and it was really, really tough. So don't move. Don't try to move within your first year when you're just getting off the ground. So the lessons, to be learned here is don't do what I did. Learn from my mistakes. I literally took 5 years just to get my head on straight and try to figure this out. And that's when I really started building my real estate career. Now, if you're someone that you've done some of these things, or maybe you've done all of these or more, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm a loser. I literally have no chance. I've done all of these things. Well, right now you're doing mistake number 4. You're comparing yourself to me, and you're putting yourself in that paralysis analysis of like a failure that you can't do that. You literally have to wipe the slate clean. You have to start fresh. Do that today. So if you were to do that, let me ask you this. When was the last time that you didn't call a lead that you knew that you should have? When was the last time you did that? If you're thinking last week or the week before, you're wrong. If you're thinking a month ago, you're wrong. Why? Because we're wiping the slate clean today. Brand new. You can't compare yourself to yesterday. You can't continue to look at your past mistakes. You have to live in today. You have to live on where you want to go in the future, and you can do this. I'm confident that if you move forward and look forward, you can do this. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox there. Like and subscribe. Check out the links down in the description, guys. I appreciate you all. We'll see you in the next video.